Hey guys, I'm playing DMC4 and the recent Devil May Cry Netflix season 2 just came out not too long ago and I watched it. And as you guys have seen, I played all the games, so I'm here to complain about it, the show, to all of you. So here we go. Let me start with Dante. Honestly, I feel the same way about Dante that I do from season 1 in season 2. He feels way too childish and just way too forgiving. Like, I don't want to call him childish, but more like juvenile. Like, thing about DMC3 Dante is the fact that he's goofy, yes, but Dante didn't get that like adult sense of goofiness where he's like dumb, where he could just say something stupid and have it be funny until he was an adult. Like, no matter what you want to talk about, Dante in DMC3 was a crash out in some type of way. But other than that, and his lack of screen time, and I don't want to say overall importance. Well, overall importance, because compared to Virgil, it was mostly more Dante was a aspect of the Virgil story. And that's really all I can really complain about for Dante. I like his character overall, but I just prefer the game version to him. No hate to Dante. Lady is kind of weird. They did better with her cursing, I will say. And her lack of screen time, well, not lack of screen time, but they seem to not understand how to balance out her importance and non-importance. But they feel like they keep trying to put Lady into the main protagonist role without putting her into the main protagonist role. And that's what bothers me a lot. Also, her relationship, father-daughter relationship with Barnes is stupid in my opinion, because of the fact that we never saw this. There wasn't a hint of this in the actual like season 1. Barnes treated her like a soldier until season 2, and didn't seem to care about her until then, and didn't care about her until like the end of season 2 when she started to change. I'm not saying it couldn't have worked, but I feel like it needed to be more. But since all we get was a flashback of how they met and nothing more. Also, how are they gonna go? How are they gonna do it? Are they just writing Rady out of the show? Because of how season 2 ended, Dante, Virgil, and Mundus, and everyone else, and the removal of Darkholm are heading towards DMC1. But Lady, who has had the most original story out of everyone, is heading towards DMC3, her DMC3 arc with her father. So if this is that going to be something Lady's going to do off screen? Or is she going to do that along with the DMC1 arc? That is my question for her. Also, for Who else is next? Ooh, I've been waiting for this one. Actually, let me save for Argosax. I don't remember much about him when I played DMC 2, especially since I didn't play Lucia, who I think should have been included. It feels like a waste to not include her. It was a waste in my opinion, especially since like she was a clone of the clones or something like that. I forgot how it went. But not having her make an appearance was stupid. But yeah, I think they should have kept Argosax's like design the same, like just the giant thing of flames. I think they should give him like a flesh form. Way too far. My fault. I don't think they should have given him that giant form of flesh that they did just to fight Mundus, who I will talk about later because he's part of my complaints of Virgil. Now, what's his name? I forgot. The main villain of the season, I forgot his name. Once again, I can't comment on him because I didn't see how much of importance he had in DMC2 since I didn't play Lucia and I speed ran Dante. So what was I saying? Well, I might as well get into it since I'm playing them. Oh yeah, my bad, I forgot. Dante X80. Dante X80 is fine as a ship, but in the show, it's way too forced, in my opinion. Like, Dante getting betrayed by Lady isn't something he would have easily forgotten. Because, like, you remember in DMC1, Dante had this whole thing with Trish about how she tricked him. And he even says, the only reason I forgave you and I helped you was because you remind me of my mother. And then when he saw she was ready to change, he forgave her, but only once he showed her. But in the show, Dante's just like, well, she did what she did, but who can blame her? Also, she's hot, so who cares? I'm not saying Dante X80 can't work, especially since I think they definitely felt like in the 07 anime and DMC4, and they definitely felt like they had something going on with each other. Or maybe it's because they were attractive, I don't know, either or. But yeah, there were just better ways to handle it. Also, they better not make Nero 80's kid. If they do that, then we lost the plot. I'm not even gonna talk about the side characters, the people, just because I feel like there's no point. But I will mention this, they did give Virgil a patty, which I think was stupid. I don't think he needed it, especially for Virgil's character. I don't think he needed a patty, but they gave it to him anyway, so also we talk about Ava and Sparta very fast. Ava and Sparta, I think the biggest waste in the anime was not having Virgil and Dante knowing their father. Because I understand what you're going for. and having them know with them not knowing their father in the way that they should. But what you lack is the fact that we don't know much about him. Like, how did Dante get the Sparta? I mean, not the Sparta. The rebellion. Why does he have that? Because it's not like Ava gave it to him because she died and the house burned down. In the games, it said that Sparta left Dante and Virgil as the Yamato and the rebellion. And we know since Virgil awakened it in the games that we can assume that Dante did as well. That he awakened the rebellion. But in the show, since they don't know who Sparta is exactly, we don't know what to say. Now to my biggest complaint, Virgil. I should say now, they little bro'd the heck out of Virgil. The thing about Virgil is that he's supposed to be the older brother in the sibling dynamic, with the aspects that remind you he is still Dante's twin. But in the show, they completely erase that by having Virgil be Dante's lesser. In the show, in the games, it was always implied, hey, Virgil and Dante are equals, with Virgil probably being the better brother, and he always showed the position, I'm better than my brother. But in the show, when you have Virgil pretty much just be weaker than Dante, have him do nothing better than Dante, you lose that cool and older brother image of Virgil, which they try to pursue you later in the show. And that's a problem. I'm locked in. I can't stop. I'm locked. Also, them changing Virgil's backstory completely ruins his character. When we first saw Virgil at the end of season 1, I 100% expected him to be Nell Angel already. I expected him already be under Mundus' control. But the problem is with him being manipulated by Mundus, you lose what made Virgil special. This also goes back to the demons being seen as humans, being seen as equal to humans, is that because demons are human, Virgil embracing his demonic side is no longer a bad thing. It's just Virgil expressing he's still human, and his lust for power isn't an obsession. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. It's how Virgil sees himself. I'm terrible, I know. I trust me, I was doing amazing with the other bosses. Forgive me. Virgil's obsession with power came from the fact that he couldn't save. He wasn't saved from any. He wasn't saved from the attack. The fact that his mother could not help him, or that even Dante wouldn't help him, couldn't help him. Having Mundus save him loses the element. Oh my god. Virgil's lust for power was a mask that he used to hide the fact that he was still a scared child who just wanted his mom to save him. By having him be so human because of Mundus makes it weak, makes Virgil's arc in DMC5 pointless, which I don't think the anime will even get to at this rate. Because Virgil only realized his mistake once he was weak enough to realize, hey, I'm human. It's not my fault. I was born human, and there's nothing I can do about it. Virgil in the show is so upfront with his insecurities that he doesn't need to reflect on anyone for real. That's what made Virgil's line in DMC5 so powerful. If our positions were switched, would I have your life and you mine? He says that because he finally understands what it means to be human. And that's the question, because back then Virgil would have never asked himself that question because he always saw Dante as inferior. But it's a question of where would Virgil be if he embraces humanity? Was Virgil always born to be the bad guy or be demonic and embrace his demonic side? Or could he have been human like Dante and grew up human and had a better life than the one he currently has? And now I'm assuming also the problem with the end of the season 2 is the fact that what's the point? Virgil's character arc is practically just done at this point. Because what does he need to learn? He's already part human. He's already learned to be a human. He's already had his character arc. He's already had that. I could have been better. I could have had a different life. which wouldn't come for Virgil in the games. DMC until DMC 5. But since we're doing the true Neo Angel art, what exactly does Virgil need to earn? Unless we're just doing this for Nero and Dante. Also, the Eva and Sparta relationship. I think Sparta should be like an actual character and not just like a, oh yeah. Sparta should actually like should have been there for his sons to explain a lot. Oh yeah, but Virgil's Devil Trigger just being a copy of Dante's is a waste in my opinion. Like, I don't need, like, I don't expect Virgil to get Devil Trigger. But I think it would have been much better if Virgil, like, what's a good design to use? Y'all know Big Chill from Ben 10. I think that could have been like a good choice, good design to pull from, or just give him his DMC4 design. Give him this. I think that would be better. And what makes it hurt so much more is that I do actually like Dante's demon form. But having Virgil's Devil Trigger just be a carbon copy of Dante's, but blue, just feels dumb. Also, another big problem I have with it. Why is Virgil so weak? And I know. It's a different show. He's younger, but when you show Virgil going up against like the top tier of the demons, I don't expect like the small things. Like, you can't show me Virgil getting beat by the military and then have him do like a judgment cut and just immediately tear through it after he says, "Oh boy, that was scary." Like, you can't just show me that and I go, "Oh well, it's Virgil, what do I expect? He's weak." Like, that's not how it works. Like, I can't see Virgil do a judgment cut right after getting beat, getting caught and almost killed by the military. Yeah, but like I said, they shouldn't have little bro Virgil. Like, Virgil should have kept his like steady demeanor. He should have kept his I'm more mature than Dante. It's my job to look after Dante. Like, they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have Dante. They shouldn't call Virgil the older brother, but then have Dante be responsible. Be the responsible little brother. I know what you're gonna say, but what about in the games? In the games, Virgil's doing his own thing for his own pursuit, obsession with power. Because he never got over his trauma. And Dante goes after Virgil because he's the only one, he knows he's the only one who can. He's the only one who can beat Virgil. Dante in the show goes after Virgil because he's his brother and he loves him, which is fair. But back to what I said earlier, this dynamic between them shouldn't have been changed. Let me just say that and call it a day. But my question is, where exactly do we the show? As we know it now, Dante, assuming what happens at the end of DMC3 happens to Virgil. Oh yeah, also let me say this. Why in the world would Virgil stay to fight Mundus? DMC3 Virgil fought Mundus because he genuinely thought, hey, I can beat this man. Virgil in the show has seen what Mundus can do and knows how strong he is, but still chooses to fight him. Which is stupid. Why would you fight someone you know is stronger than you? Even if it was for your revenge, you know you're gonna lose. Also, how? See. Nikolai Goldstein and Dante, especially is probably like the main thing that it's the biggest reason for Dante abandoning the name Tony Redgrave and being true to himself. I wish they had kept that, but they completely wrote the show to be different than that, so what are you gonna do? Also, y'all gonna hate y'all. The gamers gonna hate me for this, but low key, don't you think season 1 would have been better as DMC4 for Nero instead of Dante? No, look, listen, you gotta listen. DMC4, you got the church, which is corrupted. You have Nero, a young man who doesn't know anything, who only knows about killing demons, not understanding his demonic side, and being close with two people. You don't have to make Kirio Enzo, but Kratos can definitely be a Zadie.